Hi, Ben here. We are doing another Brooklyn Tri Club workout. This is for our 2020 season. This is technically workout number 15 or week number 15 of our season here. We are focusing on some core and interval work. The reason why we're doing this is because we have a virtual race coming up, and the intention is to not destroy ourselves for it and keep it somewhat fresh. So think of that if you want to use this workout down the line in the future. I'll give some options to even keep you more fresh, but the main theme is let's work on some core, let's sprinkle in some intensity, but let's not destroy ourselves, so we're going to compromise our fitness in a few days down the line. This is also a good workout that you can do if you're peaking in your training and you have to really get some key workouts in that are going to help you for a race coming up as well. So standard workout is we start off with some kind of warm up here, so dynamic one, whichever works best. We usually do a minute of hip openers, hip hurdles, back lunges with arms up if you want. All these guys, side squats, anything just kind of get the body opening up, jumping jacks, all that stuff. So 5 to 10 minutes of just moving. Do a light jog if you have the opportunity to. Then we go into our routine. We do a circuit, 3 rounds for each circuit. I will offer some opportunities to make another round challenging. You don't have to do them. So first exercise we're going to do is we're going to go down into our mat or floor here, and we're going to start with some, we'll call it a broken bicycle kick. So we start knees 90-degree angles, hip 90-degree angle. We crunch up, or rather curl up, create some space in between the lower rib cage and the hips. We're trying to lengthen the spine. We're going to keep the elbows wide. And what we're going to do is we're going to twist without bringing the elbows in. And then we're going to extend the opposing leg, exhaling through the belly button. And then come back to starting position, making sure that the shoulder blades stay off the ground as much as possible. Then we stop, break it up, switch the other way. Really focus on letting that belly button deflate down, come back to starting position. If you feel your lower back kicking in, you can take a little break and just hug the knees into the chest. Again, so that's the first exercise. Second exercise, we come on back up. Now here's the opportunity where if you want to get some work done, you can make this plyometric. If you want to get some strength done, you can hold the weight. If you want to kind of cool down because you're racing in a few days, take it down. So we're doing 2 by 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off of either squat jumps, where we're just come down, big jump, land into the squat jump, max sustained effort. If you have a weight, you're just doing loaded squats, gripping the floor with your feet. Think about you're spreading the floor with your feet. It's going to engage the hips a little bit more. If you want to cool this down, if we're racing, it's just nice, easy squats, arms up in the air. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off times 2 for the minute. Then we bring it back down into plank. We're going to do something called the scorpion kick. I made that name up myself. So we're in plank, shoulders on top of hands. What we're going to do is try and keep our hips nice and stable. We're going to lift the heel back, squeeze the glute, engage the glutes, but keeping the lower core muscles engaged. And we're going to drive the knee in. Come back, other side. So we're making sure we're not dipping the lower back in, keeping a neutral spine. Drive the knee in. Round 1 is alternating one leg at a time. For the next circuit, around 2 times on the left leg, 2 times on the right leg, alternating for the minute. Round 3 on one side, 3 on the other side for the minute. As each exercise is a minute long. When we're done with that, we're coming back up. And we are doing diagonal front lunges. So we start off in a nice single leg balance. Engage the glute, pull up, nice distance in between the lower rib cage and the hips. You're kind of using these core muscles to keep us feeling nice and tall. If we have a weight, you can hold on to it. We pivot, right leg goes to the right, pivot the back foot in the lunge position, come back to center. Same thing, balance for a second, pivot, come down, good spine posture, come back. Round 1 is just like that. Round 2, I would challenge to either, when we come into the step, holding the weight if you want, you come back into a balance, and you can also do overhead press if you'd like to. Again, alternating legs. Round 3 would be the same thing. We wouldn't add anything else. And that's for circuit number 1. I'll put all the exercises in the notes too. So that's circuit number 1 with some options for 3 rounds. Circuit number 2 is going to be a little bit higher intensity. We're going to start with some alternating side lunges. So I like to start feet together, arms up. Take a step to the side. Now you want to go as wide as you can with your foot so that you can sit back into it so the knee is right behind the hip. Or rather, the hip is right behind the knee, excuse me. And we're out like this, arms up in the air, big stretch here, sitting into this glute. It takes a little power to push out, and then we go the other side, same thing, push out. So we do 2 on each side, sitting into it, nice stiff spine, into 2 lunge jumps. I'll just place it this way, or split jumps, 1, 2, and then we go into the lunge. So it's a 4 to 2 side lunge to split jump ratio. If you're racing and you have been jumping, you can keep that ratio the same. If you haven't been jumping and you're going to race or have a high intensity or rather peak week of training, skip the jumps, changing the ratio for the next rounds to increase the intensity, doing the 4 side lunges to 2 jumps. We're going to do 4 side lunges to 4 jumps, and the round 3 option is 2 side lunges to 4 jumps. All right. Next exercise, we're coming back down on the mat. And we're going to be on the ground for the rest of the day. So we're going to start basically in that same starting position as we were for the broken bicycle kick. Crunched up, long spine, curled up. We're going to bring the heels together. Try and engage the glutes. We're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale. Extend the arms back, making sure the low back does not raise up, and then we come back in. So it's inhale, belly button deflates, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really reaching. Now if you feel like your low back starts kicking in, hug the knees into the chest, take a little rest for a second. You can even rock forward and backwards, and then go back into the extensions. We keep that the same for all 3 rounds. When we're done with that, we roll over into a plank position, and we're doing a 2 by 20 seconds max sustained effort for push-ups. We're doing this for upper body strength to transfer over for swimming. If you are a runner, I don't think it's 100% necessary to do 2 by 20 seconds max effort. If you're just looking for general strength, go for it. Same thing as we spread the floor with our feet in a squat. I want you to do the same thing with your hands in a plank. So we're kind of opening up like that, which is going to bring our elbows down. It's going to take our shoulders from here down like that. It's going to engage our backs a little bit. So the push-up is inhale and exhale. So you do 20 seconds max effort, take a break, another 20 seconds max sustained effort, take a break for a full minute. That stays the same for all 3 rounds. Then finally, our last exercise of the circuit are plank jacks, which is in the plank, same thing, keeping that tension. Can you see me here? We're going to hop wide, like that. On the 5th one, after we hop wide on the 5th one, I'm just going to walk back so you can see me. We're going to focus on extending the arm out, driving the shoulder blade down, squeezing, engaging those lower traps, making sure we do not shrug, and then back down again. All right? So that's a 5 to 1, 5 hops to 1 arm up ratio. For round 2, we keep the hops the same. We do 2 raises on each arm, coming back down. And then for the 3rd round, we do 3 raises on each arm to the ratio to 5 hops. That is the workout. That ends the last circuit. Again, this workout is meant to keep your body sharp. We're alternating the intensity of some core work, some high intensity lower body or upper body work. But again, you have to gauge the intensity based on what you're doing in this week coming up. Best of luck, have fun.